What is up, people? Welcome. It's good to be here. Good to join and stream with you guys again. It's been a minute. Last week was pretty busy as far as content and creating stuff for YouTube has been. It's kind of been this crazy roller coaster ride. All good, but it's been a lot to juggle on top of life in general. So I'm really glad to be able to stream. And the big news is just yesterday we hit 100 subs on this channel, which I never thought we would get there. So that's pretty cool. It's really awesome. And I give all the props out to my buddy, Shanthan Jetty. You can follow him, Shanthan Jetty Art. Hopefully he'll pop in here. He always comes out of the woodworks. But he posted on his channel, on his community tab, on his YouTube channel, about that I was shooting for 100 subs. Actually, my goal was to hit 100 at the end of this month. And I just mentioned it to him. We were talking one night. And then next thing I know, he posted on his community tab, and a bunch of his followers started jumping in. And I was watching yesterday the subscriber count, and it just started kicking up. So I'm almost 105% sure that it was Shant's push that got me over the edge. So we're early to make it to 100, and I'm super psyched. And I think we are at 109 right now, which is awesome. It's so good. It's really exciting. It's fun. So I thought, since we hit our goal, that I would do looking through a bunch of, I'll get to it. Let me get to the chat first, because I see it's starting to move. Okay, let's see who's here. First up, what's up? Oh, wait, that's me. Mark's Music Obsession. How are you doing, man? Thanks for joining. I think I commented back in the chat to you, but make sure you let me know if all the audio sounds good. Maybe you already have, but great to have you here. And I'm glad it's at a normal hour for you to be able to join in. Let's see who else is here. Jake's YouTube Zone. Hi there, I'm an aging millennial with a lifetime obsession with animation. Awesome. I don't know when else I can say this, but I've literally thought about Joe Paradise at least once a month. Whoa! Wow! Jake's YouTube Zone. Welcome. That's amazing. That's amazing for me to read. I'm taken aback by that comment. For those of you who don't know, Joe Paradise was a animated web series that I directed and created and wrote. Wow. Yeah. It was 2000, I want to say 2001. So a long time ago. It was back when web animated series were all the rage. We all had dial-up modems still. And I got the opportunity to pitch it and direct it. And we produced, I want to say 24 episodes, 2 seasons. So that's really obscure, Jake, but welcome, man. I am so glad you're here. I don't know how you found me. I would love to know how you found me, actually, but awesome. Jake, it's really great to see you, or not see you, have you here, hear from you. But Joe Paradise is near and dear to my heart. It's one of my first creations that got out there and was successful, and I had the best fans. It was before fandom was really a thing. It was like the internet was just kind of kicking in for content. It was pre-YouTube. It was like, the way YouTube is now is pre-content creation for YouTube. But it showed on on the website of the company that I was working for at the time. It was called Wildbrain, and we aired it on there, and it got picked up by Sony for their website for a little bit. Fun fact, my show was like on their action channel, and another creator by the name of Jorge Gutierrez had his show going on at the same time. I believe his show is called El Macho, but hang on a second. I see a spider in the corner. This is gross. Hang on a second. That would be distracting the whole time if I saw a spider. I hate spiders. Anyway, Jorge had his own show. starting up as well as a web series. So we were kind of both at the same time. And it was really fun because I got to know him through that. And Jorge, for those of you, I recommend you look up his career. He created the Book of Life feature film. It was 3D animated feature film that came out, I want to say 5 years ago maybe. And then he did Maya and the Three for Netflix. He did a TV series called... Oh my gosh, why am I blanking out on his TV series? He's going to kill me. It'll come to me. But he did TV series for Nickelodeon, animated TV series. But he's a great creator based in LA. So anyway, yeah, that was my connection with him. All right, sorry. Gonna get back to it. Comrade Sammy! Ayo, congrats on 100, Rocky. You earned it. Thank you, Comrade Sammy. I appreciate that. You were here from the beginning. Faithful chat attendee and original mod. And I appreciate all that you do when you come into these chats and your conversation and your input and feedback and comments. And I love it all. It's what makes this channel really fun for me to be a part of and to continue to build, because I think of you guys. I think of the chat. I think of the people that take the time out of their busy days to come and hear me ramble about comics, just talk about things that I love. So thank you so much. Mark's Music Obsession. Copy that as soon as you start speaking. I got you. Nice. Good level in comparison to other video things. Awesome. Thank you. You're going to be my audio guy. I'm going to give it. You know what, Mark's Music Obsession? I'm going to make you a mod too, because you're awesome. And for somebody to give me that feedback, deserves it. So hopefully that worked. Comrade Sammy, audio sounds fine. Awesome. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, welcome, welcome. Groomsman, what's up, dude? Jake's YouTube Zone. Okay, I was taking a summer Flash animation for kids class at RISD and we were all obsessed. Wow, oh man. Whew, you're taking me back, man. That's great. Yeah, we were using a program called Flash. Macromedia Flash. I think the earliest version I used was maybe 3.0, which really ages me. But yeah, we were trying to push the bounds of what we could do with Flash, and that was part of the reason which influenced the design of the show. It was, in my mind, what worked well for Flash. So I looked at a lot of Saul Bass and a lot of very graphic, almost German expressionist art and noir, film noir, to work for that show. But it was fun. Like I said, it's near and dear to my heart. It was my first creator-owned IP that was actually put out there in the world. And I hope to do it again with some other IP for sure, whether that's in animation or comics. I've always thought about like revamping Joe Paradise, which could be really cool. I think I do it a lot differently now, and with the skills that I have now, could be a cool take, but who knows, maybe. Comrade Sammy, let it bite you. Maybe you'll turn into Spider. No. Spiders are the worst. They're really gross. There was actually, not to give too much information, but you know, when it rains, the bugs want to come inside. You get ants and whatnot, and you put out traps and try and deal with it. But I think there was like this spider family that birthed. I don't know. At one point, I saw in the corner of one of my rooms, like all these tiny little spiders, and I freaked out and just started like spraying, and like, it was like arachnophobia, like spraying all over the place and just trying to kill them all. Killed a poor family, but it was nasty. Oh, gee whiz, you're going to make me blush. You're the best. Welcome to the Mod Squad, Mark. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Jake's YouTube Zone. I'm done with the nostalgia trip. Just cool that you're still making fun stuff and being passionate. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Keep moving forward. Keep doing it. And again, appreciate you popping in. Mark's Music Obsession says, very cool, thanks. You're welcome, Mark. Enjoy. Go hog wild. Start blocking everybody. You and Comrade Sammy can have a block fest. Or whatever. link fest. You can just post links. Maybe that's a little less negative. So yeah, we are at 109 subs, which is awesome. And I had mentioned last week and also in the latest episode of My Wednesday Comics that when I went to the comic book store last week, the one particular comic book store that I frequent is called Comics Experience here in the city. And they've done this the whole month of January, they did like a fan appreciation deal. And every month they had a different way of appreciating fans. So the first day I went was free bags and boards for the books you buy. They had like everything in the dollar bin was $0.25 for one day. They had like buy one, get one free for certain graphic novels. And last Wednesday that I went, they did what was called a 50% off starter packs. And so what this store does, which is great, not all stores do this, is they put together starter packs for different books or series. And it's a cool way for people to get introduced to books that you normally wouldn't, because you have, at least the way they pack some of it is like sometimes they'll include like an entire series or entire run in one pack. They'll bundle it and then they'll, it's a lump sum for the bundle, and it's usually cheaper than buying individual issues. So they had all their boxes out with the starter packs, and I found a lot of great stuff. And on top of that, there's already a discount for the bundles. And then that day of the customer appreciation was 50% off that discount. So I kind of went a little crazy, but then my bill, you'll see, like, I'll show you guys all that I picked up, but my bill at the end of the day ended up being like $30-something, including 2 like new releases, which average $3-4 per book. So if you take out $8, I was like under $30 for, I got 6 packs. So totally worth it. And already those packs were great deal on their own. And to have 50% off, like, whew, yeah, it was very tempting. I almost bought like almost twice as much as what I walked away with, but I had to stop myself. Comrade Sammy says, "You're giving my permission to abuse my power." Cool. Yeah. Yes, I got you. You know what's the best part is I trust you guys. I trust you guys, or else I wouldn't have given you a wrench. So I doubt you will abuse your power. You will only make the chat better. You'll clean up the room. You'll like tidy the furniture. It'll be better. All right, so there's quite a few packs here, but I'm pretty excited. And they range from current stuff to older stuff. And some of these older things, I'll talk about them as I get to them. But some of these older things, like I was seriously looking for them apart from this sale. I was, they were in kind of my backlog of, I'd love to get this back issue of this, and I found them there. I'm like, holy cow, I got the whole series. So how's my camera, guys? It's not just my forehead. It's a proper side-by-side comparison, right? All right, first one, Void Rivals. So I've been talking a lot. Let's see if I can zoom in really. Let me click here. I've been talking a lot about whoops. Can I move? No. Sorry. Technology. Oh, that's as far north as I can go. Okay, so maybe I won't. I'll go back to where I was. Well, I guess I could, I could physically move it north. There we go. Okay, so Mark's music session. Background info on that photo Sean posted. Oh, boys. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Sean, when he was telling people to subscribe to my channel, he posted a photo alongside of it saying we are 30-year-old friends, which is true. That photo... That photo was when Sean came and visited me and another buddy up here in San Francisco. and we had an epic San Francisco trip. And I believe that was the same trip that we drove down to Disneyland together, the three of us, and spent a few days down there. It was awesome. We were all fresh grads, I think maybe a year or two out of college. And he just came and visited here, and we just had this epic road trip. And we visited Skywalker Ranch because I knew people there that gave us a tour. And yeah, it was pretty amazing. It was like one of those like marker events in our lives. So it's a horrible picture, but that picture was taken at the marina in San Francisco. Audio, camera, so far so good. Awesome. Nice. All right. So I've been talking a lot about, in my other videos, about Transformers, the new Transformers series, the Energon universe, and G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Duke, and now this past week, Cobra Commander came out. So Void Rivals is a series that came out before all those books, and it's, if I'm not mistaken, and it's setting up what's happening now in those previous books. I saw it on the rack. I didn't know they were affiliated at first, and I was like, oh, okay, it's this cool like robot sci-fi thing. I didn't think twice about it. I just thought it was another series that I didn't know anything about. But then when I found out it was affiliated with Transformers, I was like, oh, maybe I should read that because it'll give us more backstory and give us the setup. And it's written by Robert Kirkman, who is the creator of The Walking Dead and Invincible, and also the, I believe it's CEO of Image Comics and Skybound Entertainment. So this guy is just, he's rocking it right now in the comics world. So yeah, after I found out it was affiliated with Transformers, then I was like, oh shoot, maybe I should have read that. And by that time, I think it was on to like issue 3 already, or 4. So I was like, well, how am I going to go find those back issues and find it? And then sure enough, lo and behold, they had the whole starter set, issues 1 through 5, which I think might be the entire series of Void Rivals there. So yeah, let's like look through all these. So just to give you a hint, like they give these cool little sheets of paper, like, yeah, this is what you're gonna get, issues 1 through 5, and the retail price $20, but they were selling it for $12.99, and then that was 50% off that, which was a great deal. So let me switch to this. That's better. All right, cool. So this is issue 1, and they have this. Can you guys see that? I'll just quickly flip through this. I'm not gonna like step by step it, but and now I need to zoom out a bit. There you go. So there's this kind of space setup, and I read the first 2 or 3 issues already, and the setup is like there's these 2 warring planets, and where did I lost my chat. Hang on a second. Where did the chat window go? Sorry, guys. Here it is. Where did it go? Like disappeared. Now I can't see if anybody's chatting. Okay, nobody chat. Everybody stay quiet. Chat is... so anyway, there's these 2... There it is. Sorry about that. There's these 2 warring planets, and it's represented by a male and female character, you find out. And both of their ships got some sort of solar space event threw their ships into a planet. They're both hunting for this energy because I guess their planets are dying and they need an energy source. So both of them are kind of rushing to get it. And the 2 opposing characters land on the ship, and initially they are trying to kill each other, but then they realize they can't escape because both of their ships are screwed up, and they realize they can't escape without the help of one another. This first character, it's actually pretty funny. It's pretty cool. He has this glove on. I thought this was a cool, like, kind of story thing. He has this glove on that is like a robot droid that helps him, and it's called the hand droid. But do I have that? Oh no, sorry, got muted. Let me do that again. Hand droid. Yeah. But the artwork's cool. I had mentioned this in my Wednesday comics that the artists that they are getting to do all these Energon Universe books, they all kind of fit in the same stylistic world. So I think that's by choice, and it helps unify all these books together. They all have their own stylistic, strengths and whatever, but they just feel like they're in the same universe. So that's a great thing. I've never heard of this artist before, Lorenzo De Felici, but he's good. It's good. It's got a quick gestural, like inky style, and it's good action artist. So then this is awesome right here. I don't know if you guys love Transformers or like Transformers, but this character that they introduce right here, this is the first Transformer they introduce, and this is Jetfire. And Jetfire was actually the original Transformer toy I had. It was before I even knew what Transformers was. I just got it. I don't know how I got Jetfire. And the history goes that Jetfire actually, the design comes from Macross. And so they kind of tied that into the Macross character, or the design of the robot and like transforming into plane, and they tied that into Transformers. And I think they tied him into the cartoon at one point, but he always kind of was like not one of the main cast. He was like the quote unquote original, one of the original Transformers, and so it's cool that they introduce him here. And then this is where they reveal, dun dun, spoiler alert, they reveal, so they're in their armor with their helmets on. Again, two planets, two species that hate each other, and they have to take off their helmets to work with each other, and they reveal at the end that they actually look, I kind of saw this coming, but they actually look identical, almost identical to each other. So for the most part, they realize that they're fighting themselves, or I should say they're more alike than different, which oftentimes is the case for humanity. So then here's where they say the Energon Universe has arrived, and then they advertise Transformers 1 and Duke 1 and Cobra Commander 1. So that was issue 1. This is issue 2. This kind of, they have this location called the Sacred Ring, and they go into more backstory about this guy getting ready to fly and reach this planet with the energy on it. Mark's music obsession. I'm sure I've missed out on many great storylines simply based on art style taste. I have known a few stories that were good, but I just wasn't into the art styling. It's true. It's funny because it's great. It's a great point. Comics, everybody has their own opinion about comics of like, oh, the art is the most important. Oh, the story is the most important. Oh, the writing is the most important. Concept is most important. The world is most important. And having those all hit the right combination for the audience is a hard thing. Because I know that in the past there have been many, many books that have come out that the story was great idea, great concept, but the art was like, and then I never stuck with it. Or more surprisingly for me, since I'm coming at this as like predominantly from an artistic standpoint, the artwork could be crazy good and you're like super excited about it, but then you don't get hooked into the characters or the plot or the whole concept or the world, and then you just feel like you're just buying an art book. And I won't name names of current books that are like that, but there's a couple current books that I started off picking up, was regularly picking up. Not even mainstream books, but like independent books that I was picking up. And the artwork was really different and stunning and beautiful, but the story and how they were telling the story didn't hook me. And so I stopped picking them up. So it really has to be this like perfect marriage. And for each audience member, it's different. Like what resonates with certain audience members is different for others. Hey, Mark's Music Obsession. I'm curious, what books, are there any comics that stand out to you right now, or even not current comics, but previous comics? Like what for you is your favorite books? I'd love to hear that. And same with anybody in the chat. I'd love to hear what books you guys are reading right now. So then some more cool space stuff here. This is the Sacred Ring, which is a big part of the story. And then they go into, here's the two different planets and people on the planets. I guess they're more alike than not because they both have gems in their foreheads and they're yellow skinned. I don't know. But they look human, you know. I love how this artist. There's a whole run of different artists out there that are high up in the food chain of popular artists. And a lot of them are from Europe or South America right now. This artist falls in line with that, which they're all super talented artists, but there's a flavor to it that you can tell when you see it. So this is issue 2, issue 3. Let's see. Comrade Sammy says, I still haven't finished my Sherlock. Oh, yeah. See, like is it just like a time thing, like that you're not able to finish it? Or is it like it was really great when you started and then kind of petered off as you started reading it? Let me know. I'm always curious, like what is it? The way my brain works is if I'm doing some sort of creative endeavor, I love to look at comparisons out there, comparables, and see what, and I'm doing this for my YouTube channel, actually. It's like, what is successful? Why is it successful? And my brain will like take apart what goes into making anything successful, especially if I like it myself. And it'll take it apart, and then I'll try and execute that myself. So, for example, with YouTube channels, I watch all sorts of different kind of YouTube channels. And they're not just about comics, they're about anything. And whichever ones I go to back regularly, subscribe to and watch regularly, I'm like, okay, there's something about this that I really like, or that's making me come back more and more. And what is it? So there's this great YouTube channel that I follow on tech equipment, because I'm kind of a tech nerd a little bit too. And he has an awesome YouTube channel. His name is Tom Buck. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's Tom Buck, I'm pretty sure. You guys should check it out. But his videos are awesome. And his background is he was a teacher. And the way that he engages with his audience, he cracks these like corny teacher, almost dad jokes, but they work and they're funny. But all of his lighting and his camera setup and his mics, all the tech equipment is high end, and he does a great job of just presenting stuff well. So I've learned a lot. Not that I can replicate what he does, because this is what he does professionally, but I learn a lot from how he does his channel and things that he does and choices he makes, and it's helped me as I've tried to build what I'm doing here. Comrade Sammy says, 30 minutes, still no John. Tisk tisk. John. John's been busy, huh? Is he busy? Did he show up in a Gothics stream that I didn't know about? Maybe he's still in a Gothic stream. Do you know, Comrade Sammy, if all that hijacking of her stream, did that get worked out? That was really weird. So I hope that got worked out for her. Comrade Sammy says, this is about the Sherlock Holmes comics. I'm savoring them, don't want to go through them too quickly because I can't get more. Yeah, that's real. I've done that before too. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I actually did this kind of with these packs, but I'll order how I read according to like, not worst to best, but like, sometimes it's my mood, but usually I'll save the best for last. So I do that with my comics too. Like if I buy a bunch of comics, I'll save the one I was really looking forward to for the last book that I read. So yes, now the characters are working together against this pig dude. I don't know if there's any history with him. I think he's a new character, but... And then they fight this like robotic spider, which is pretty awesome. Anyway, they're learning about it. This is a handroid. It's like it talks to the character. But they're learning to work together and trust one another. And this is actually where I stopped reading, was when this character appeared. Not for any reason that I just like stopped. I had to go to bed or something. But that's a really cool character. Some good ship designs in here. These are awesome. And so yeah, they're getting to know each other. My hunch is they're gonna fall in love and maybe have a Transformer baby. No, I don't know. Ooh, betrayal. Dun dun. Comrade Sammy says, I mean, her channel's back up and not running yet. All her videos are still gone. Oof, that's crazy. I myself personally have never dealt with that, but my wife is dealing with a hacking thing, cyber thing right now at her work, and it's a mess. It's a total mess. It's like such a waste of technology for people to do that. This is cool. This is a preview for Transformers #1. So yeah, I guess issue 3 came out right around time Transformers, the first Transformers came out, and that's when I realized, oh, Void Rivals is part of this whole thing. It's #4. Mark's Music Obsession says, I'm not a super comic guy like you and Shant. I do have a decent collection of comics, some very old, and a good mix of lots of stories and styles and values, which doesn't matter to me. I buy to read. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, if you looked at my collection, it favored superheroes at the beginning. I was definitely like a Marvel, X-Men guy when I got into comics. And so I devoured a lot of that, all those titles. And then it slowly started to branch out. I used to have these discussions / arguments with a good friend of mine of what was better, Marvel or DC. And so he would bring up a series like Crisis of Infinite Earths or Kingdom Come or stuff like that. And then I'd bring up my own from Marvel. So I always liked Marvel more because I felt like the characters were more human and they struggled with more everyday humanity kind of things, while DC was like big, epic, almost unrelatable characters to me. But I love them both. But I was a Marvel guy growing up. Oh, wait. Did I go through that one? I don't think I went through this one. So yeah, more working together. I like what they're doing with the Energon universe. Check out that guy. Isn't that Shockwave? It's Shockwave, right? It's hard. I always feel a lot of pressure being on stream. Like, I gotta remember, like, my memory is not as good as Shant's memory. Shant has a crazy photographic memory. But I always, like, freeze on stream about remembering names of old things, like old books or old characters. I'm pretty sure that was Shockwave, because Soundwave is the tape deck. To some crazy spiritual god or something here for the two different races. See the two different gems on the forehead. Okay, that was issue 4. Preview for Transformers again. Issue 5 on sale. Let's see if issue 5 is the last one. Hopefully it is. Otherwise, I'm going to have to keep going. Mark's Music Obsession. I really love the comics I'm into and try and keep an eye out for any new that catches my eye. I'm much more of an electronics tech nerd day to day, especially audio equipment due to my love of music. You should check out Tom Buck's channel. I have a few other channels that I subscribe to that I'm happy to recommend with audio tech stuff. And a lot of the ones that I enjoy are it's not just the straight up info of the audio stuff or the tech stuff. It's like how they present it. There's usually some flavor that makes me kind of go back to it. Because you can get really like egghead nerdy with that stuff and go way over my head. But if there's like a relatability to it, that's what I love. So it's like, let me look really quick. I can look up. Let me look at my subscriptions. I forget what I subscribe to. So yeah, there's what's this? Tom Buck is that one, and then there's, I guess these are all comics. comics. Oh, Podcastage is another good one you should check out. And Think Media is a good one. They're more like about YouTube content creators, but they do good stuff. And also Curtis Judd is another one you should check out, Mark. I repair and restore vintage audio electronics for people, especially tube equipment, as not many people. Wow, that's awesome. That's a great niche. I bet you've found your people on YouTube for that stuff. That's cool. If I have a vintage audio electronic, I will reach out to you. All right, so I'll make sure. Let's see. So they're in prison together. I haven't read these issues, so these are cool little helmet designs. Oh, check this out. This is pretty awesome. Different like gods. Okay, I guess they're torturing the poor guy. Wow, there's all sorts of deep lore going on here. Okay, something tells me this is not the last book. Okay, they did a little preview for Duke. I keep hitting my screen. I'm going to move this down a little bit. 1 second. I just don't want to show the edge of my desk. But I keep hitting my screen, so that's not good either. That's better. Is that better? No, I'm still hitting the screen. See, until I hit... That's better. Okay. All right. All right, so that's Void Rivals. That was the first pack that I went through. Second pack is, it's too bad Sean's not here. He would like this one. It's called Zero Tolerance. And look at that cost, $4.95. So I basically got this for $2.50 for 4 books. You don't get that anymore. So the reason I picked this up was there is a, well, let me go here first. Mark's Music Obsession. Have considered posting videos on both equipment and music kind of combined into one channel. Just not sure if I want to open that can of worms. You know what? My advice, Mark's Music Obsession, is just do it. Just do it. You can always stop, but just do it. It's a lot of fun. And you'd be surprised. Look, I meet somebody like you who I probably would never meet in my lifetime. But the community that you meet, and I know there's pros and cons to it for sure. I've definitely thought about this a lot, but the community you meet, YouTube gives you an avenue to connect and cross paths with people that you normally wouldn't or would not normally have access to. And the community, it can be, I'd say 99.9% of the time, at least from my experience right now, which isn't that deep, but the community can be really supportive and great. And so, you know, as long as it is fun and we're talking about things that we enjoy, hey, give it a shot. It doesn't hurt. And it's incredible that we have technology that we can actually do this. It blows my mind a little bit. So this book is called Zero Tolerance. I've never heard of it before. The reason I picked it up is the artist is Tim Vigil. Tim Vigil, he's not my cup of tea all the time. He is a very, very, very good artist. I actually discovered his work through Shant. He did an independent book called Grips, and it's pretty violent, but it just reeks of the indie vibe at the time. It was like a black and white comic. I actually have a copy of the compilation I bought recently off of eBay, and I'll probably go over it on a stream. I had an idea for a stream to go over a bunch of indie books, like not just independently, because what's independently produced now is very different than the quality of independent books before, like in the 90s, 80s, 90s. And Grips kind of falls in that territory where it's like very low budget, no color, black and white, and the content is very different from what we were seeing at that time. It wasn't mainstream at all. Usually violence and kind of sex and very adult, mature content, and that appeals to like the young boys that were getting into comics at the time. But anyway, I discovered Tim Vigil's work through Grips, and despite the fact that it was a super violent comic, you could tell that he could draw. He could really draw. So when I saw this, I was like, wow, I've never heard of this book, but Tim Vigil drawing it? Sure, I'll pick it up. So there's 4 issues of this. And I read the first issue last night. Pretty much it's like Zero Tolerance is this like government watchdog agency that was set up to, I guess there was, it says it takes place in the future of the year 2017, because this book came out in 1990, so 27 years into the future from when it was written, but it's like, 6 years in the past for us now, 7 years in the past for us now. It's always funny to see those things that supposedly take place in the future, and then we're like so close to it in our current time. So I guess there was a lot of like government distrust, and so they established this organization called Zero Tolerance to be like a watchdog. But the president who set it up, he himself is really corrupt, and so from what I gather, there's a lot of back end deals and kind of people not who they are, a lot of conspiracy and whatnot. But you can see, like, he can draw. This reminded me a lot of, like, McFarlane style. And Tim Vigil, I see him paired a lot with this inker. His name is Tim Tyler. And when they're paired together, they do a lot of good work. Tim Vigil can draw, like, the human figure exaggerated really well. If you like his work, I would look up, like, Michael Golden. He reminds me of stuff. Todd McFarlane. There's another artist named Angel Medina who had a run on, like, Venom and Spider-Man. They have this hyper-real human and, like, super command of, like, human anatomy. Great expressions and stuff. So this is the main dude, and he's paired up with this like young, like very, it's like she's like the top of her class. He's like a grizzled veteran, and they're partners in this task force. but there's not much. I wouldn't say there's much like superhero. There's definitely no superhero stuff. It's more like, feels like Nick Fury, Shield kind of independent story. Flying cars. It's the year 27. Like, does that not make you feel old? It is the year 2017. And we're reading it in 2024. Yeah, Tim Vigil. So he definitely made a name for himself with his independent books. I don't know if it's he never wanted to be hired on like any of the big books, the mainstream books, or they didn't want to hire him because he was so controversial with his the kind of art that he produced. But I've seen him do like fan art of, or like his own take on like Batman, and it was really violent and gritty. And I mean, he'd be great on these books. He can really draw. But again, I don't know if that was his decision or the big company's decision of not to put him on those books. And then this label, First Publishing, they produced independent books like Badger, Mike Barron's Badger, Dreadstar, Grimjack. I never really picked those up when I was a kid. Lone Wolf and Cub. Nexus, I did read Nexus somewhat, Steve Rude's Nexus. I don't think First Publishing is around anymore. Here's book 2. Pretty cool. It's great. And he's got these, just the way that he draws anatomy. Whoa. All right. Skip that page. And again, maybe that's why Tim Vigil was not put on mainstream books. Neat stuff. Yeah. I don't know how the story holds up. Like I said, I only read the first book, but I'm glad that I was able to pick it up, and I would have not normally known or picked up a book like this. So kudos for Comics Experience for having this in their starter packs. There's also another penciler, Gary Amaro. I don't know his work as well. I don't think I can kind of tell the difference between his pencils and Tim Vigil's. Well, there's a lot of pantsing going on here. Adult book. I don't know how this Comics Experience kept all this stuff. Like, why would you keep these series? But I benefited from it. I think this might not be. Well, it says Tim Vigil. This feels like Gary Amaro's pages. Not as tight. Yeah, this doesn't look as tight. Or maybe it's a different inker? I don't know. So speaking back to what you had mentioned earlier, Mark's music obsession. Like for me, it's like as I flip through it, I know nothing really about the story or whatever. As I flip through it, art grabs me first, and the competency of the art and how exciting it is. And then afterwards, I'll be like, okay, I'll give this a shot. Then I'll start looking closer as far as like story and writing. And so in this particular case, it's like, yeah, I'd pick that up for the art. Can you guys hear the construction noise? I was trying to record some parts of my videos for my Wednesday comics last week, and I had it all set up, and I actually posted this on social media, but I had it all set up, and then all of a sudden this construction work started next door, and I didn't want to record. I tried to do a test recording, and it was not. You could hear like the hammering and the drilling in the background. So So that was really annoying. And I ended up having to record it late at night again. I was trying to avoid the late night recording. But alas, I did not. All right, next pack. Check this out. Ninjak. $8 for this pack. So that was $4. Super cheap. So Ninjak, Mark's Music Obsession says, art coloring first for me also. Nice. Yeah, you know, it's like a visual medium, so it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of books out there right now. There's a lot of like horror books, like in the horror genre. And when I look at it, I'm like, I don't know, the art. And everybody's like, oh, it's such a great story and blah, blah. And I look at it, I'm like, the art is just not grabbing me. And it's sad because, yeah, I'm sure their stories are great. But if you can't marry the two of those, at least for me, then it's hard to sell me on a book. And the more expensive books get, the harder it is to kind of tip me over. So this book, for those of you who watched my Comics Yeah, Comics Nah stream, which I want to do another one of those soon. I did it with my friend Marty, who was a firefighter. The artist for the book that we talked about, which was called Ash, was Joe Quesada. He was the artist and writer. Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti. And if you haven't watched that stream, I go into detail a little bit. I check it out about Joe Quesada and his career and whatnot. And I was sharing that with Marty. So this book was a book that Joe Quesada worked on before Ash, and after his like Marvel DC work. Valiant Comics came out. They wanted to compete with Image Comics in the 90s. And Valiant had Magnus Robot Fighter, Exo Man of War, and Ninjak were some of their top books. And they hired Joe Quesada to do the artwork for, I think it's the first 3 books. But this starter pack gave me the first 6. But this one I remember like because this was like from the launch of Valiant. It was like, oh my gosh, it was like a ninja illustrated, a superhero ninja illustrated by Joe Quesada. Like, sign me up. See, and this was like a huge thing. I mean, it's starting to make a comeback these days, but this was a huge thing, like gimmick covers. Look at that, like, you guys can't even get the whole feel for it, but you can see it's like this chromium cover. I know a bunch of independent books do that now too, but it was like so new for its time. Whoops. Hang on 1 second. I just got to respond to that call. It's my wife. Okay. Hopefully she doesn't kill me. All right, so cool. Ninjak. And this is classic Joe Quesada from the 90s. And they had this crossover with Image Comics called Deathmate. But I had mentioned one thing in that stream with Joe Quesada that he really liked. He did some cool things with panel borders for his comics. And so this is an example. He is influenced by this artist named Alphonse Mucha, Hungarian artist, I believe, who was like a poster designer and a painter, this incredible muralist painter. And he did these ornate frames and borders for his posters, which had like writing and hand lettering and stuff. And so Joe Quesada definitely brought that into his work, which is neat. The one thing I didn't like about, sorry, this is sliding all around because of the chromium cover. The one thing I didn't really like about Valiant's books were the coloring in it. The coloring had, they had this technique. It was like very common for, oh, this is funny. I believe this is Jimmy Palmiotti, who's the inker. I think they did a likeness of him here. But the coloring I don't know if you guys can see really clearly. It had this like watercolor, like it was when computer coloring was just kicking off and Image was taking full advantage of it, and they did all these like lens flares and gradients and just all the tricks in the books that Photoshop at the time could do. So Valiant went a different route where I feel like they spent a lot of money to try and reproduce like a watercolory effect, and they did this in all their books, all their main books, and I never liked it. It actually turned me off a lot. Like, as great as Joe Quesada's artwork is in this, and the colors themselves are nice, but something about the technique and the printing, like I didn't buy into it. I didn't like it. I saw that in Exo Man of War. Oh, Turok is another book that they did. This is a cool Joe Quesada cover for Bloodshot. He was doing all the covers, I think, at one point for Valiant's books. Yeah, but Joe Quesada, his art's awesome, but I just feel like the coloring, dare I look at who the colorist is. The coloring and the lettering weren't my favorites on Valiant books. Maybe they say who it is at the end. Let's see. Oh, that's a cover colorist. Oh, Chris Eliopoulos, really? He's a great letterer. Like, I don't like this lettering. This is really nitpicky. I don't know if you guys can see, but this lettering, it's weird. It looks like it's just typed. Yeah, who is the colorist on this? I don't want to call him out. Ninjak number 1. Ninjak number 2. Let's see. Mark's Music Obsession says, I have lots of the number 1s from Image when they first came around. Keep buying the ones I got into. Yeah, I know. I think I have all those number 1s somewhere, and the different versions of those that came out. Bold move, ignoring a call from your wife, Ella. Shh. Hopefully everything's okay. Let me just check. Oh yeah, she said it's fine. Okay, Ninjak number 2. You guys won't tell her, right? She doesn't watch my stream, so I'm okay. Colors, John Cebollero. Yeah, I don't know his work that much. This is awesome, though. Joe Quesada's Ninjak was really cool. It's just all about like dynamics and exaggeration and lighting. I'd say describes Joe Quesada's work for me. He's a great storyteller too. Like this, like it's a very, very the lighting is really harsh and strong here, and he did that a lot on that nose. It's like as if everything was under this like intense spotlight. Cool. There's Exo Man of War. Yeah, I was not a big Valiant fan. Tried. T2 video game. Issue 3. Ninjak. So these kind of ornate borders, very much Alphonse Mucha. This like woman here. So it's like taking that influence and putting it into comics was a neat combo. Oh, one thing I was going to do, so it wasn't so like boring, I was going to put a little background music. Tell me what you guys think. Just quietly in the background. It'll make the awkward silences not so awkward. Armorines. I don't remember that book. I love looking at the advertisements of the day that these came out. It just gives you a snapshot of what was popular or what they were trying to do. This is classic Muka kind of borders. Pretty cool. Star Watchers. I had never heard of that book. I think Joe Quesada really loved motorcycles because he put that in Ash too. Bloodshot. So yeah, I think Valiant's still around as far as I know. I've seen some recent books that I picked up from Valiant, which were like Bloodshot, and I know they did a recent Exo Man of War. I think Liam Sharp was the artist on that one, and Ninjak, they did a recent one. Silent my phone, sorry. What the? John is here, he made it. Life can continue on, guys. John is here. Hello, Rocky. Fine, I'm here, LOL. Everybody's saying, hey, John. Hello, Mark's Music Obsession. Welcome, John. Glad to have you. John, I am doing this to celebrate. We got over 100 subs yesterday, and I was telling the chat, it's thanks to Sean's push. He kind of pushed it out on his community tab, his YouTube community tab. So hopefully he will pop in here at one point. Maybe he's asleep because it's normal hours. But yeah, thanks to him, we pushed over the edge, and now we're at 109, which is awesome. So awesome. And now I'm opening up some books that I got at this big sale at my comic book store, local comic book store. It's kind of a unboxing. I am happening, for those of you know, I don't know if you guys follow me on X/Twitter. It's at Rocky Inc., same as it is here on YouTube. But one thing I posted was Shanth sent me the tracking info for Nosfero the Cryptwalker, my copy of Nosfero. So it should be coming tomorrow. I'm so excited. And I asked Shanth, I want to have him on stream when I unbox that. So, and he was cool with that. So hopefully when it does come in, I will put out a notification because I want to open it up with him there. Tears might be shed when I see it. I'm so excited to get that book. And I've seen some other people post it, and I know you guys have mentioned that too in the chat before, that some people have gotten their copies already. Did any of you guys get your copies yet? But I'm super jealous. Every time I see somebody say, I just got it, it looks amazing, I'm like, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 saying John. Hey, John. Wait, I missed some. Hey, John. John, about time you showed up. Was starting to think you were going to be a no-show. John likes to come in. He comes in stylishly late. Actually, you were the first person to show up in my very, very first stream, John. I don't know if you remember that. But so you get a pass for the rest of your life, as far as I'm concerned. Shanth pushing never. Hello, hello. Shanth is actually, he is. He's literally a vampire. Minus the blood sucking. John, how's it going? I want a Nosfero. Mark, Music Obsession. Yep, me too. Me too. And I know for those of you who didn't get in on that first campaign that he is definitely planning a second chance campaign. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be a good one. No tracking yet for Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. Ugh. You know what? If you pop in the chat whenever I get my book and I can do the live stream of opening up that book, you can harass Sean and see. He responds to harassment. Did I say that out loud? No. John says, Comrade Sammy, doing all right, was just starting to suffer Comrade Sammy withdrawals with all streamers being out of commission for so long. So I know that I'd mentioned earlier that like Gothic stream went down, right? Got hacked. Are there other ones out there that went out? That's pretty messed up. You missed the first run. Ugh, that's a bummer. Yeah, when Shanth launched his campaign was right at the beginning of when I started getting into the YouTube comic culture. So, and obviously he would let me know when he was doing it, but that's kind of the beginning. And there's many campaigns that happened prior to that I missed. So, but don't worry, he's coming out with a second one. It'll be good. He'll make it worth it. John's asking, Comrade Sammy, how are you? I do remember Rocky. Awesome. Told him I wanted to be first on the second chance campaign. Awesome. Yeah. First, second. First is first. Gothics was hacked. Seems she got it all back now. Okay. Yeah, that's really messed up. It's like, why would you want to do that? Hackers, don't do that. It's not cool. I don't think this issue is drawn by Joe Quesada. I can already tell. Mark Moretti. So we're at issue 4 and Quesada is out. Maybe, I don't know what else he was drawing, but he's out. And instantly it's like, no offense, Mark Moretti. You're a great artist, competent artist, but it's not Quesada levels, which is a big draw for me for this book. That's cool. Wow, this still has a trading card in it. What's this trading card by? I can't even see who this trading card is by. I can't even read that signature. Bob Hall, John Dixon. That's neat. It's still in its plastic. John, LOL, same. Was a slow week last week since none of my favorite YouTubers were streaming. Cough, Rocky, cough, cough. Aw, thanks. Thank you. I doubled up that 1 week. I will show you really quick, very fast. I keep a chart of how many times I'm streaming and what I'm posting. And I doubled up. I streamed a lot the week of the 14th. And then last week I was slow because I doubled up. And then, so this week I want to kick it back up. So sorry, I'll try and be more consistent. I want to do a live stream at least per week, once a week. Other than the other stuff I'm doing that might be pre-recorded. Was 4, 5. I know that consistency is key, and it's just fun. It's like, oh, I didn't get to see, so-and-so this week, or I didn't get to talk to the chat this week. And you feel like, oh man, I miss those guys. It's weird. It's so weird. Okay, same writer, Mark Moretti, different penciler, Kevin Kobasic. Don't know. And competent artist, but again, not Quesada. I think I read heard a, ooh, hold on a second. Somebody just rang at my doorbell, and I wonder, oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. I was wondering if it was my packet. I wonder if it was Nosfero early, but it's not. I was listening to an interview. I think it was with, can you guys hear that noise? They just ended their lunch break, the construction guys. I think it was with Rob Liefeld, who created Youngblood, amongst other things, and Deadpool and Cable. He was just saying how nobody goes on runs anymore, like artists and creators. They'll do a cover, a couple issues here and there, and then they're gone. And it's hard to get people to commit to a book if the team isn't consistent on it, and it's a good team. So seeing here, it's after issue 3, if this was the next couple issues, I would also fall off this book, because if I'm coming here for Quesada and that changes, then I'm not doing it. Okay, the chat's going here. Yes, Rocky, you and Shant took last week off. We did. See, Shant should know better. I'm still new at this game, but Shant should know better. It's right, he hasn't. I think he's so busy with fulfillment that and I think he was on other streams as well, not his own stream, but he was on his other streams as well. So, yeah, I think he was still working. He was just not doing his own stream. Issue 6. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Monkey Boy 1960. He would beat me up. He younger. Shanth? Nah. Shanth wouldn't beat you up. John, Comrade Sammy, you know about Carrie Smith? Shh, it's where I just came from, LOL. Huh. Thanks a lot, John. I know where I stand now. Right behind Carrie Smith. John, nope. Oops. Nope, can't say I've heard of that YouTuber. Surprise! Rocky likes visual aids like a schedule. Yeah, I'm kinda like that. Actually, that shows how excited I am about this YouTube channel. It's like, I wanted to be a little bit like methodical and not just willy-nilly produce content and hope it sticks. I'm trying to track and see what's popular, what's gaining subscribers, what people are gravitating towards, and et cetera, et cetera. And so, like, for those of you who saw the stream I did with my middle school friends, I called it Super Nostalgia. That one got a lot of good engagement, and on top of that, I had a lot of fun doing it, and so did my friends. So we're planning on doing another one soon. I put out a poll on YouTube community about which book would you want us to do. It was either Long Shot, the miniseries Long Shot, or Arthur Adams was the artist on that, and Ann Nesenti was the writer, or the Inferno crossover. And it looks like right now Long Shot is winning, which is awesome because that's my buddy Fred. That was his favorite book growing up. So it would be really fun to talk with him about it. But if you are a fan of Inferno and that crossover, you got to go vote and push it over the edge. But right now, I think Long Shot's winning like 60% of the vote right now. So let's see, who's the artist on this one? Louis Small Jr. See, now they're scrambling. They couldn't get Casada to commit, so they got all these fill-in artists. And I don't feel like they're cutting it. But it's okay. I'm glad that I got to pick up the first few issues with Casada's art, at least. Because I don't know if it's even in a compilation or a graphic novel right now. Ninjak does not look as cool without Casada on it. Alright, so that was the Ninjak series. See, look at the difference between that and like that. Like, it's a little bright, sorry. But yeah, I mean, that's way cooler. Sorry, Mark Moretti, but it's true. Alright, next book. Okay, wait, let's see. Let me catch up here. Almost no content from all my favorites in the last week. Isn't that funny how it, like, whatever the ebb and flow of it goes, sometimes there's like a drought, and then sometimes everybody's by there, and so you don't know which stream to go to. Here's Real. Okay, I'll check that out later. Thank you. Mark's music, yes, and the drama streams annoy me. Yeah, I'm not big on drama. I just want to talk about comics and be a little nerdy about it, or a lot nerdy about it. But yeah, I'm not big. There's only so much drama I can take. Even, not just on YouTube, just in general. There's only so much drama I can take. Some people really love it. I can't, I'm not one of those people. It stresses me out. All right, I'll check them out. Did you get notified through email? For my, was it for Nosfero? Did I, or was I sent a screenshot from Shanth? Let me, I think it was a screenshot. Oh wait, maybe it was by email. Let me check. Dude, let's see. Sorry, I gotta bring in my, let me switch views first so you don't see me like typing. One sec, I'll check for you. This is the beauty of stream. I can check for you. No, I was notified. Yep, I was notified by Indiegogo email. So I'm sure that what happens is once Shanth ships it and the tracking numbers are scanned in, then it sends you the notification that your shipment has shipped. So yeah. Hopefully it comes soon for you, Mr. Monkey Boy. Let's see. Okay, did you get notified by email? Comments, heavy topic sometimes, but good. Yes, it's true. It's true. But sometimes I don't want to, like, life is so heavy already that I just want to relax and just listen to somebody talk about something they're excited about, or introduce me to something that I'm excited about, or that I've never discovered on my own. So yeah, I'm more of an escapist when it comes to content than I am like a introspective, like, let's discuss this very controversial topic. That's not me. Maybe that's not good, but oh well. All right, thanks. Rocky and Sean likes to get us hooked and give us withdrawals to increase demand. That's true. That's our strategy. It's economics 101 or marketing 101. Call him, get that East Coast lad up. I want to give him some rest because he never gets rest. Either that or he's up doing fulfillment right now or playing the violin. I don't know. Band Destinée. Okay. I know you have been, I will take a side. I will take a side route here. Give me 1 second, but let me get through the chat and I will take a side route for you, Mr. Monkey Boy. I know you've been asking about more Band Dessinée, and I have something I will show you. Nope, the Friends one was late night. Us non-vampires were sleeping. Yeah, sorry. It was funny because one of my friends, Fred, he's on the East Coast as well, so he's on Sean's time basically. And we started that stream pretty late, but he was up for it. He's also a night owl. Maybe it's an East Coast thing. On another note, a lot of CG is going through acrimony with drama, farming streams. Annoys me deeply. Yep. Yeah, it seems to be in the air right now. Did see the stream about Ash. Cool. Yeah, because I think I streamed that during the day. They are being very fractious. Yeah. Yes. Now onto the important stuff. How did your Xbox come out? Okay. All right, you guys. Is this about cleaning controllers again? There we are. You guys are funny. I would sit here and watch the chat to just see you guys discuss Xbox controllers. That's hilarious. I love that it's this ongoing kind of conversation. Bad drift. You guys are awesome. No, well, confuse me in a sense that I'm not a big gamer, but I understand controllers. I just love that this is an ongoing conversation. So you guys go for it. Go for it. Do not think twice about having this conversation. One of them is bad, the other's not so much. Okay. All right. Okay. Mr. Monkey Boy, this one's for you. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, and I'm going to get the book. Okay. Check this out. Let's see. Still talking about controllers. Rocky, how else am I going to catch it? It's true, right? Like, it's funny. It's like, I mean, you could just text each other, call each other, but that's not how YouTube chat works, where we have a different connection point, which is the chat. So you guys are just you're having a continual conversation amongst, like, do you guys talk about controllers during Gothic streams? And that would be awesome. Like, it's like continuous. I love it. That's amazing. It just blows my mind. It's such a weird way to connect, but it works. John says, Sean makes me miss those loud. I'll teach him. It's called a mute button. All right, here we go. This is for Mr. Monkey Boy. This is a book that I was going to talk about I was trying to think of a right stream to do it, but this works, this works for it. So this is a book called La Révolution des Damned. I think it means the Revolution of the Damned. So how I know about this book, it's by an artist named Melody Sisinski. She is a designer and a storyboard artist that works at Pixar. I don't know if she still works at Pixar, but she has worked on Pixar. So she worked on some of the more recent movies. And I got to know her because at the time, she was working on a pilot for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot that one of the creators, his name's Gabe Swar, was working on. They were focusing on the character Fugitoid. And hopefully this isn't confidential information. I don't think it is. It never was produced, but she did some work on that, some design work and storyboard work on it that was phenomenal. So we were trying to get her to work on a project for us at the time when I had my own animation studio. And I got to meet her through that, and she shared some of her comic book work, and she's really good. She's French. And so I kept in touch with her, or just kept following her work and follow her on social media. And so she's been producing this self-creator-owned book called La Révolution des Damned. I can't pronounce in French. And so it came out in France, and there were, I think you can get this on Amazon, like American Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, but it's not translated. It's in French still. But I got this because I'm a huge fan of her work. And here you go. I think she's working on probably volume 2 of this, but you can see some of her work. She's really influenced by like filmmakers like Kurosawa and some very, very like high-end auteur filmmakers. But she has this cartoony quality about her work. That's awesome. She can draw anything. Really great expressions. You can see how she's like a storyboard artist, how that works into her style. But she's got a lot of mood in her work, and I wish I could read it. I haven't read it. I just kind of flipped through it. I wish I could read it. I just have to use like Google Translate to read it, but she's got awesome compositions. She studies the camera and live action filmmaking a lot. So I love her work. All right, let's catch. Here we go. How am I supposed to talk to John? We talk about our days and stuff like that on the other streams. Okay. Talking about controllers in exclusive tier stream. Okay, well, I approve. How was your last sandwich? How long ago? Oh, you're getting me hungry. It's almost lunchtime for me. Here we go, Mr. Monkey Boy. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Had a grilled cheese sandwich. Ooh, God, love me a good grilled cheese. That was like 2 days ago. Very cool. Want to guess how many ingredients my grilled cheese have? Okay. wait. She's moody. Don't worry, Rocky. I won't tell her you said that. Is that Don't Worry, Rocky? DW? Huh? You guys? I'm down with it. Okay. Mr. Monkey Boy 1960. Nice, very cinematic. Yes, right? That's what I love about her work. But it maintains that cartooniness. But I think based on just looking at the artwork, the material is not cartoony. It's more adultish or mature, I should say. Like we're talking about war here, and it's cool. It's a really cool combo of like cartoony, realistic, cinematic. It doesn't feel like a Saturday morning cartoon, which is one of my biggest gripes with American animation. You seem like the kind of guy who has a lot of ingredients in your sandwich. DW goes, don't worry. John? Huh. If I had to guess what kind of sandwich John had, would it be a lot of ingredients? I don't know. I think he'd just be a simple, like, just give me what it is. Like, couple slices of cheddar, butter, good slices of bread. There you go, boom, grilled cheese. Nothing fancy about it. LOL, nope, bread and cheese in it. Yep, see? I knew it. John's not frou-frou. John just cuts to it. He's the real deal. Like, just meat and potatoes, cheese and bread. Just give it to me. I love these, like, playing with the panel. Like, that's the cool thing. And I think Melody, I want to guess she started off in comics before she got into animation. I'm not 100% sure. But unlike a lot of animators who, when they'll do comics, they're always thinking of like the 1920 by 1080 frame dimensions, because that's how your brain is trained as a comic book artist. And so, I mean, I'm sorry, as an animator, you're thinking of like the film frame. But as a comic book artist, it's a totally different thing. And you can, the frame can be any size, shape, or whatever to use towards telling your story. And that's what I feel like Melody has that not normally animators turned comic book artists do. She does awesome stuff with, like, I don't know if you guys can totally see, but like, it's like a rack focus. Like, this is very out of focus here. And so she's really thinking about it through a film camera's lens, which is great. But the paneling and the storytelling is very comic book. Super cool combo. She's amazingly talented. Kind of like Terror in the Trenches. Oh, the feel of this book. Yeah, I mean, that's like the time period, like feels like World War II-ish. But also there's, I mean, from the cover, there's like a robot, like a giant Iron Giant robot here, like a war robot. So it is in that time period, but it also has like a sci-fi fantasy element to it. Yeah, Terror in the Trenches is a nice flavor. I've been seeing a lot of talk posts from Von Klaus, the creator, writer, about he's in the middle of Terror in the Trenches 2, which is great. I enjoyed 1. Rocky Nose, yep. I can get a feel. Common sandwich, just cheese and bread. Oh, for your sandwich, for your grilled cheese, nice. So when you guys make grilled cheese, do you actually grill it on like a pan? And if so, do you like slather on butter on the inside and outside of your toast? I wonder, there's all sorts of techniques with it. When my wife makes grilled cheese, she does a really good grilled cheese. We used to use the George Foreman grill, which was perfect for grilled cheese, but she would mix different kind of cheeses in there. And I can't remember what the kind of cheese was that was like super melty. So it was like stringy almost, not mozzarella, but, and then she'd mix that with cheddar. It was very, very good. Man, I want a grilled cheese now. These are how those streams go. I've seen Sean's streams where you guys start talking about food and waffles and whatnot, and then at the end of it, everybody's like, okay, I want waffles. Yes, Monica McCagney is the artist on Terror in the Trenches. She's amazing. Sourdough. Oh, yeah, sourdough. I'm not a big sourdough fan, but it's great for grilled cheese. Sliced sourdough? So good. Ask Shane, though, and it is Monica from Monster MD. Shane has no clue what her last name is. I think it's McCagney. Yeah. McCagney. Sammy, isn't it time for you to get on Gothic's Discord now? Oh. Ooh, Discord. I am not a Discord person. How is Discord different from... If you guys don't mind telling me, how is Discord different from YouTube? Is it more chat focused? I know Discord is more games, like video game streaming. Is that the difference? I don't know anything about Discord. I remember when the internet was starting that I was into like bulletin boards. Does any of you guys remember those? Those were really cool. And then you would meet people and it was like, the screen looked like the Matrix screen where it's like green type and that was it. People use like different ASCII characters, man. All right, so you get a flavor for Revolution des Dames, Mr. Monkey Boy. This was your bande dessinée for the day. I believe Melody is working on another volume of this because she posts about it occasionally on, I follow her on Instagram. So check her out. I don't know what her handle is, but just look up Melody Sisinski. And I believe she's posting more stuff about it. Or she's posting stuff about like mythology, which would be really cool. Look at this robot design. How cool is that? as a cool, like, Russian, I don't know, is he a communist robot? Maybe. It's really awesome. She draws great horses too. Horses are very difficult to draw. She does a great job. Look at this robot. That's awesome. She does action really well. Yeah, she's multi-talented. She's kind of a rock star from what I know of her. There you go. Just a knockoff George Foreman grill from Hamilton Beach. Oh, okay. Yeah, we lost our George Foreman grill, so. But I equate it with grilled cheese. Nah, I'm not a Discord person either. I feel old when I even think about Discord. It's not my thing. It's just, there's too, like, I'm already stumbling with all the abbreviations, as you guys know. Like, I feel like Discord has like 100 times more abbreviation talk that I'm not familiar with. So yeah, it just makes me feel super old. All right, next pack, starter pack. This is called Crimson Flower. I had never heard of this book, but the reason why I picked it up is I believe the artist is Matt Lesniewski, who did that book Faceless and the Family, which I was reviewing on My Wednesday Comics. I think. See, Lesniewski. So that's why I grabbed it. Yep, this is him. And it's colored because his book is, black and white. So this one's colored. I haven't even looked at this, so. He's got this kind of cool, exaggerated caricature drawings, and he does them with like ballpoint pen. It's pretty awesome. John, yes, more chat focused. You can DM, and there are voice video chats as well. Good way to foster community. Yeah, I know, like a lot of people, I believe when I think of people who are multi-platform community builders, like I think of Bancroft. He's got like a bunch of different communities that he builds off of. I couldn't keep track of, I can barely keep track of YouTube, let alone another. Like if you can stream to different platforms, like right now I'm streaming on YouTube and X, that's fine. Like it's just, it's just streaming them out to different locations. But I don't think it's like that with Discord. I think you got to be active in it. I don't know. And then there's Substack. Do any of you guys subscribe to a Substack newsletter? Like I heard that's really big. I'm subscribed to a couple of them, but the idea of like having to write more content, that's a lot. I guess you just got to put the work in. Okay, you can go back to Matt Lesniewski. All right. It's Hazard's fault. She encouraged me to get on Discord. Gothics kept pushing it too. Made a separate email account just for it. Yeah. There he is. My man, Shanthan Jetty in the house. He woke up, people. The vampire is awake. What's up, Shanth? Hello, Shanth. Everybody's saying hi to the man, Shanthan Jetty. Yo, yo. Hello, hello. Well, we talk about him enough, he appears. Yep. If you say his name 3 times and stare in the mirror, if you say, is he awake, is he awake, is he awake, 3 times, he'll show up. Sorry to hear that, LOL. No, it's good. I forgot, I missed what you guys were sorry about. How's it going, Shant? How are you doing? Did you just wake up? So I was telling everybody that, one, you were the big reason that I got pushed over 100 subs. So thank you, brother. Thank you for just chatting it out or announcing it on your community tab. I appreciate that. The Shanth fandom is real. So thank you for pointing your fans my way. And even a couple of them in your community tab were like going, hey, we got them over 100 and we're going for 103 or 105. So it's awesome. They're great. And I everybody that's come from your channel over here has been very friendly, very accepting, very supportive. So I appreciate that. And number 2, I was telling the chat before you came on that I know that my Nesfero is on its way. And I had talked to you about this the other day, but I would love to have you on stream with me when I actually unbox it so that you can witness the tears of joy streaming from my face live when I see it. So hopefully you're up to it. Apparently it's supposed to come tomorrow. We'll see. But I will let you know. What's up? Your sub count. Everybody's saying hey to Sean. Hey. Push it. So in celebration of that, I am going through a bunch of starter packs that I got at a good discount from my local comic book store. Went through a few already, and I'm doing one called Crimson Flower from Dark Horse that the artist is Matt Lizanewski, whose book I was picking up, Faceless in the Family. I had never seen his work before, Faceless in the Family, so when I saw this, I was like, oh wow, he already did a book. He's a good artist. He's a weird artist, I would say, and not in a negative way. He draws really cool style, very different individual. So that's issue 1. Issue 2. Hey! Sean says, they are awesome. I love my crew. John says, Rocky gonna cry. Cranberry Langers, hey Rocky, congrats again. Thanks, Cranberry. I appreciate it. Hello, Cranberry Langers. Sean says, absolutely will do, for coming on my stream when I unbox his book. And everybody's saying, what's up to Cranberry Langers? There's more of this book. This book's cool. I like seeing Matt Lizanewski's work in color. His black and white work is cool, but definitely the color helps solidify and kind of point your eye, focus your eye. Pretty cool. When did this come out? I had never heard of this book before. 2021. Right. Issue 3? There's 3 and 4. So I have no idea what this book is about, but it seems pretty violent. And the cool thing about Matt Lizanewski's work is like he's really like that. It's like that pen and ink hatching. It's really solid, and I feel like he takes like everyday objects that he sees on his desk and like incorporates them in his designs. I'm sorry, there's a weird lighting here. All right. So far 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's awesome. He draws all 4 books. Can you guys hear that construction work? It's really loud on my side. Cool stuff here. Comrade Sammy asking Cranberry Langers, how are ya? We've had a death in family. Oh man. Wow, this is rough. With the people in the chat, a couple of people having tough goes in their family. Sorry to hear that, Cranberry. I'm really sorry. Hope your family is coping well, but that's a bummer. Been better. Condolences. Thanks, John. Sorry to hear that, Cranberry. I'll be praying for your family. Yeah, same. That's rough. The art does look good. So sorry to hear that, Cranberry Langers. My condolences to your family. Much love, brother. Feel free to DM me if you want. To John. I know John just had a loss last year, so we are sorry to hear that. Wow, this is a crazy page. Wow. Okay. I guess that's the end of that. Alrighty. Here's a cool one. The Inhumans by Jose Ladron. Have you guys heard of this guy? He's a great artist. European artist who takes his cues from Mobius and Kirby. And he worked on this limited series of Inhumans. I mean, just look at these covers. These are really cool covers. And he started off, the first time he started was, he worked on Cable, the X-Book Cable. And it was this kind of Kirby knockoff, the way he was drawing. It was pen and ink, and it was okay. It was kind of unusual, but it was good. But then he started doing painted stuff, and everybody's like, whoa, like, where did this guy come from? And this was one of the first books he worked on. So I always wanted to go back and try and find this collection, and then sure enough, they had it as a pack. All right, sorry, following up in the chat. Thank you, Comrade Sammy. Yeah, last night. Thanks, Rocky Sean. Oh, Cranberry. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it wasn't so sudden. I mean, somebody passing away is not easy anyway, but sorry to hear that. Does look good though. Yes, Elephant Men. That's right. I have a couple of those books here too, and that stuff is incredible. It's the best Elephant Men ever looked, was when he was working on it. Nice. Clearly your cat has not gotten to those. You know what I've done ever since I talked to you guys about my cat chewing on the Mylar, the bags? I've had to close the door of my office. It sucks. I don't like having to do that, but you know, my comics are important, and I'm annoyed at my cats for doing that. Elephant Men. Yep. It was awesome. He did the Elephant Men book. I can grab those if you guys want to see those, but I have a lot. You know, the cellophane eating cat. Yeah. It's annoying. Really annoying. We had a friend of ours who was asking us if we knew anybody who wanted a dog. A really cute dog. It was a husky. And my kids were like, oh, please, can we keep it? Can we get it? And I was like, no. Don't you guys remember we have 2 cats? And they are a handful right now. And no, I won't do it. If I didn't have those cats, maybe, but no. It was in her sleep. Oh, okay. Whew. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that, but thankfully it wasn't. Hopefully it was something that was expected and not unexpected. Always too early. Cat is a plasticarian. I actually have heard of it as he has pica. Have you guys ever heard of that? Pica? It's like they're missing some sort of something in not chemically, but they're missing something in it, and it gives them a desire to chew on certain things. And so one of them is plastic. It's also like rubber bands and stuff. Actually, I'll head out early. Good day, everybody. Congrats are out. All right, take it easy, Cranberry Langers. Prayers for your family. I hope you guys have some comfort. Will be comforted in your grief, and we'll be looking out for you next time. But thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it, and thanks for all that you do and engage with in my channel. I appreciate it. Ladron and Charest has similar journey to painting. Incredible artists. Yeah, both of those guys, like monster artists. And when they hit that painting side of it, was just like, wow, they skyrocketed when they started painting. Much like Shanth. It wasn't expected. Ugh. All right. Sorry, buddy. Bummer. Take care, Cranberry. See ya, Cranberry. God bless you. Prayers. You too. Take care, Cranberry. All right. Oh, sorry. I'm not even flipping through these. Is that blurry? Does it look blurry to you guys? But so I feel like this was the start of when he started painting. The art by Ladron Studio. So he must have had help too. Thanks, Rocky. Goodbye, all. See you around. How did Rocky pronounce Charest? Did I say Charest? Maybe I said Charest. Travis Charest. Sorry. Darn French Canadians. It's awesome. Just looks like nothing out there. So it's like, oh yeah, this guy can do Kirby, and then all of a sudden like, oh wow, this guy can do Kirby and Mobius. Holy moly. And he's since continued to work on European stuff. Speaking of bande dessinée, working with Jodorowsky, which is another writer that Travis Charest has worked with. You can tell, you can see why. Super cool stuff here. That's issue 1. It's issue 2 with Medusa. I love these covers with their heads on it. It's awesome. Like the texture within the painting is great. Comrade Sammy says, be right back. It's blurry, but we have been day drinking, so. Wait, I can get this, I can try and get it more focused. Let me see, saving this. Oops. I just screwed that up. Okay, hold on, save this. Let me save this. Saving this setting. Is that right? Okay, let me see. Bloop. Yeah, that does look blurry. Haha, how's that? Better? Yeah, that was better. Is that better? Cool stuff here. Space battles. This is what Inhumans should be about. Huge space battles, epic space battles, and the artwork fits that well. So I think Ladron drew the first 3. He did the covers for all of them. I think he drew the first 3 issues. I love this cover series next to each other. It's just so cool. But I don't think he drew issue 4. He did the cover for issue 4, but I don't think he drew it. But let's look really quick here. Hurry back, Comrade Sammy. A watery and jetty he is. I'm assuming you're talking about something that happened in Sean's stream. Does it have to do with his painting? Oh, I didn't realize Carlos Pacheco was the writer on this. And another guy named Rafael Marin. Carlos Pacheco, he passed away, I think, last year. He's phenomenal, not just a writer, but he's a great artist. I think Pacheco passed away. If anybody in the chat knows, I'm pretty sure he did, though. There should be like a rule of what kind of ads can be in what kind of books, because this just throws you out of it. It's like, wow, cheese it. And then you go back to this like Mobius sci-fi. Uh-oh, here we go. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 says, where's my tracking number, big boy? I know he's not talking to me. I don't have any tracking numbers that I've given out. I wonder who he could be talking to. I wonder. Nobody say anything. That might be too on the nose pharaoh. I wonder. Yeah, I don't believe this is Ladron for this one. Although he's trying to do Ladron. Let's see. Where's the artist? I mean, the coloring is the same, feels the same, but I don't think he's not the artist on this. Trying to pull wool over our eyes. Yes, a little jarring with the Cheez-Its ad, yeah. Like this, like they should like really filter what style ads can be with which books. It's very curvy, like. I guess it feels like this does not feel like a Ladron to me. The coloring, yes, but not the drawing itself. The artist on this one was Jorge Pereira Lucas. And then the colorist was, I think these are some of the same colors from the, so yeah, maybe Ledron couldn't finish on time and they had to get a fill-in artist or something, or he moved on to another series. Anyway, pretty cool. Inhumans. Pick that up. 2022. LOL Rocky. On the nose like Ledron. Yeah, that's right. Okay, check out this one. This one I was very excited to find. Machine Man series. Look at that. $4.99. I got that for 50% off. I got the complete 4-issue limited series of Machine Man for $2.50. Do you guys know this series? This is the famous Barry Windsor Smith, the artist on Weapon X, that story Weapon X, and many other things. He's done Conan and many other things, but he did this limited series for Machine Man. It came out in 1984. Look how good condition these are for 1984 books. But the best part of this series, look at this cover progression. This is genius. Is that not cool? Is that not the coolest cover progression that you've ever seen? So rad. I remember when this came out and these covers, I was like, what? Like, it really makes you want to get all 4 books. Note to self to do something like this for a book or a series of books. I know Man and Machine, the TV series. I don't think I know that TV series. Machine Man was like almost like a nobody character. Well, I wasn't really into him until this limited series. And I was like, ooh, this guy's good. So Herb Trimp did the breakdowns, was a classic artist, and Barry Windsor Smith did the finishes. But that cover, those covers alone make the book worth it for me. Darn it, Comrade Sammy, who am I going to talk food with to make Rocky? I'm really hungry. I don't know if you guys can hear my stomach growl. Yes, that is cool. The covers, yeah, they're awesome. What is your backer number? Is it 2022? Backer number? Now we got it. Now we got it going on. Buckaroo Bonsai. Oh, was there an ad for that? Did I miss that? Oh, yeah. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. I know it's like a cult classic. I've never seen it. It's definitely dated, though. So here's Machine Man. These are classic Barry Windsor Smith finishes on Machine Man. Did he do the colors on this too? It feels like he did. Yep. This kind of coloring, I always found his coloring like very odd and different, like for Weapon X, but it's classic Windsor Smith. So cool. That's really cool. I think this is Jocasta. Yep, Jocasta. Strange, like, robot character from the Avengers. Cool stuff. It's a horrible drawing. The proportions are all wacky on that one. All right, here's issue 2. 2022 was the backing year, I thought. Oh, we're talking about the book? Let me look. Ooh, John, well, I'm eating beef jerky at the moment. We can talk about that, LOL. I don't like being asked to choose a color for my thumbs up. I always go with standard thumbs up yellow. It's like happy face yellow. Number 441 is the backing number. Always coming in clutch. There's the yellow thumbs up. What flavor of beef jerky is it? Spicy? No, 20. Oh! Ew, gotcha. 2022 Pacheco Pass. There you go. Yeah. Wow. That seems a lot more, it seems like it was a lot more recent than 2022. Yeah, it was tragic. I loved his work. I loved his artwork. So it's a bummer. Thanks for letting me know that. 2022. I thought you were saying, yeah, it was the backing year. Yeah. I thought you were saying Shant 2022. Come on, man. No. So our numbers are 441. It's backing number. 2022 is when Pacheco passed. This is a classic ad. Some Machine Man stuff going on here. I don't even know what Machine Man's powers were. I know he could like extend his arms. He was probably super strong, probably super smart, like a robot. I don't know. I got to read the series and find out. But I was happy to get it. Again, just for those covers alone. I was happy to get it. Uh-oh. Iron Man 2020. Does that make you feel old? 2020 was like far in the future for this. It was like almost 40 years in the future for this. And for us, it's almost 5 years in the past. Look how they put teeth. Like, what? Why? Why does Iron Man armor need teeth? I don't know. I was a late backer, sorry. Oh, don't apologize. You backed it. I think I was a late backer too, right, Shant? I can't remember. What kind of friend am I? Just the original Nats, not spicy, I'm not a fan. Tragic, he was a legend. Talking about Pacheco. Are we making you hungry? Yeah, my stomach is seriously growling right now. It's 1:48 my time. We've lost so many legends. Yeah, we have. We really have. All I could think about to ask is beef jerky, is it good? We are. Yeah, we are. Stop reminding me. That's what these streams remind me of, how old. It always comes to like age, technology, food. That's what we get, what it boils down to. This is how old we are. That's the Saturday morning stuff we got going on. Watch this. Definitely watch this. I watched Alvin and the Chipmunks and Smurfs and Snorks. I did not watch Pink Panther and Sons. I knew about it, but I don't think I watched Kid Video. I don't know what Good Going Bananas is. Saturday morning cartoons. That was the greatest time, where like you knew something was coming out and you would wait up, you'd anticipate it. Now everything comes out whenever and you can watch it whenever. There's no anticipation. Okay. Got to cultivate the up-and-comers. Amen, John. Of course, it's good. It's jerky. Would have bought the art books as well, but all gone before I could back. Ah, bummer. Yeah, that's tough. Shant will do something cool. He'll create another art book. Aren't you working on a new art book right now, Shant? I thought you were. If not, it'll be an Art of Nosfero book. LOL, so are we gonna have grilled cheese for dinner tonight? Yeah. Snorks was awesome. Was it? I don't know. I don't know if Snorks was awesome. I remember the theme song very clearly, which I will not repeat for you guys here, but I do remember the theme song. Ooh, Iron Man comes into this. That's cool. That's a cool battle. Iron Man and Machine Man. Iron Man with teeth. Iron Man needs braces. Like, he looks gap tooth here. That's not a good design decision. That's a funny panel. Just like a little corner panel of close quarter blast. Issue 3. Here's 4. I love this. I love these covers. Something like Spring Ball. Ooh. There we go. Let's get that going. It was no Scooby-Doo, but was okay. Yeah, I agree. I love Scooby-Doo. Probably not. Don't know what I'm having yet for dinner. By the time I eat lunch, you're going to be eating dinner. Let's see, who is... So Barry Windsor Smith did the plot, art, and color of this issue, and you can feel it already. I feel like the layouts are stronger. Wow, who's this guy? Who is that guy? That's a stylistic. Can't go wrong with a motorcycle. I mean, he's Machine Man, though. Does he really need a motorcycle? This is awesome. Going fisticuffs with Iron Man 2020. Wow, his head gets blown open. I think Barry Windsor Smith's a great artist for anything like machine related. Does tech, very cool. And organic stuff, very cool. This guy's tripping me out. There you go. Machine Man number 4. Here they're good. Oh man, thanks Sean. Thanks for the link to my website. I need to update it, but it's okay. It's either update it or focus on YouTube content. And I'm focusing on YouTube content right now. This is like the Kiss comic book. Is it? Which Kiss? There's a lot of Kiss comic books. And that artist that I mentioned earlier when we were talking about Tim Vigil, Shant, you should watch the beginning of the stream. I pulled out a book series that I got by Tim Vigil. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Zero Tolerance. Have you heard of that? But Tim Vigil was the artist on it that I found. This is the last pack I got. Oh, anyway, the Kiss comic book, the artist that I mentioned when I was talking about Tim Vigil was Angel Medina, and he did a cool Kiss book with McFarlane Productions. Blast from the Past. Yep, this one's classic. Green Lantern, Green Arrow with Neil Adams. My price? $5. Half of that? $2.50. Get out of town. I'll have to check them and see if they're good. Mama Machine. Hey, awesome one. How are you? Thanks for popping in here. Care to guess how many ingredients are in my grilled cheeses? Didn't we already talk about this? 1. 1 ingredient. All right. Wow, whole intro here. Oh, I think this must be Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams. This classic. This is 1983. Green Lantern, classic Neil Adams. Everybody's saying hello to Awesome One. No, I haven't heard of it. Oh, I'll show it to you really quick. Awesome One saying, yo, Sean. Hey, Awesome One. Yo, John. Neil Adams, meh. Really? I mean, I'm not a huge Neil Adams fan, but I respect what that guy did. And there's certain things like this Green Arrow, Green Lantern series that I'm like, okay, killed it. But yeah, he wasn't for everyone. He added a whole different, like he kind of went the opposite route of where Kirby was like super stylized anatomy and just impact. And Neil Adams brought that like classic anatomical, like Buscema stuff. Really dynamic and dramatic, very, very dramatic angles. 3 ingredients. Awesome One is guessing. We serve to confuse and hunger. Butter, bread, cheese. Yep, that was my guess. Is it 1, like Rocky said? Just bread and cheese. Nailed it. Oh, okay, let me show you, Sean. This was it. Oh, wait. This is what called Zero Tolerance. Have you ever heard of this? I just picked it up because it said Tim Vigil, but it is Tim Vigil. Look at that. I flipped through this earlier, so you should see it, but just to show you a peek. Totally Tim Vigil. And I think one of the inkers that he normally works with, Tim Tyler, is the inker on it, so pretty neat. It's like this 4-issue series from First Publishing. All right. This is the last one, guys. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, and then I will end the stream. But as you can see, bunch of just cool books. I was super surprised to pick up on that starter pack discount day at my comic book shop. No butter, ugh. What? How can you not put butter on a grilled cheese? Want to be rude to the host. Butter is better. Oh, he's saying no butter. Like you don't put butter on it? Yeah, butter is better. I agree. That's how you grill it. That's how you get that nice grilled. Oui, no butter. Really? Butter Wars. Oh, it's getting good. Haven't seen it. Cool. Oh. Yeah, I was telling everybody earlier, Sean, that you were the one who introduced me to Vigil's work with grips. And like grips is kind of my tolerance, and then Faust like took it over the edge for me, but there's no question that he is an incredible artist. Like this stuff. Who was the one that meh Neil Adams? Was it Awesome One or oh no, it was Mr. Monkey Boy? But yeah, Mr. Monkey Boy. See, like this is cool. Like, isn't that cool? No? Also a fourth ingredient. Homemade bread. Yeah, for sure. Bread's a big deal for grilled cheese. Mr. Monkey Boy says 100 subs, the butter stream. That's a goal. We'll have the butter stream. Like that's all super dynamic and dramatic. I would classify Neil Adams. Dynamic, dramatic anatomy. Issue 1, issue 2. That's awesome. Look at that. I'd pick that up. Neil Adams, Frank Giacoa. Isn't that who's doing the Sherlock book? Who did the Sherlock books for you, Comrade Sammy? Right? Frank Giacoa. I remember you mentioning that. So he was the inker on this. This is awesome. Come on. This is awesome. Classic Neil Adams. Subliminal, create a Discord. I make my own bread now. Awesome. I mean, you are awesome one. I love people who make their own bread. I like being friends with people who make their own bread because they, inevitably will give you samples. Mo better butter streams. Wonder how long it would take to make some homemade butter and cheese. I don't think I've ever done that. It shouldn't be too hard. I can't imagine the butter being too hard. Maybe the cheese, you have to have like, what are those called? Those like cheese mesh? Like you'd have to like curds and whey. Isn't that part of cheese somehow? These are awesome. See, Mr. Monkey Boy? Look at that. It's great. Great face. Yeah. Neil Adams, I understand he's not for everybody, but I like his stuff. And I think this is kind of peak comic stuff for him. I know he did some stuff on X-Men too, which was pretty cool. It was very different from where X-Men was going, but it was just cool to see a different take on it. I forgot what issues were that. Look at that. He did a great Green Lantern. You gotta admit, that's a great Green Lantern. Awesome when you can churn it out. Cheesecloth, yes. I'm like, what's the name of that cheesecloth? It's like a cloth for cheese. It's called cheesecloth, Rocky. Too much work. Yeah, I think so. Just go buy cheese. There's so many good cheeses out there. Nice book. What's your favorite cheese? Anybody have favorite cheeses they want to talk about? As we're talking about things to make us hungry. I love cheeses. I love a good brie. I love a good, I just saw it this morning at Trader Joe's. Manchego cheese. Manchego. I love cheeses. One of my favorite things is cheese plates. Oh, I love them. Anytime I see those at like a good restaurant, I'll order a cheese plate, even though they're like $30 or something. I love a good cheese plate. You're acting like work is a 4-letter word. Oh, wait. It is a 4-letter word. This is awesome stuff. I actually haven't looked at Green Arrow, Green Lantern in a long time. This is great stuff. I'm glad I picked it up. And that's a nice Green Lantern too. Dave Gibbons of Watchmen fame. That's a great Green Lantern. Nice and clean. Neil Adams, Dick Giordano is the inker on this one. So this legend. That's so cool. So cool. Beautiful. Sorry, Mr. Monkey Boy. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with you as far as Neil Adams. He did some stuff for his own comic label. I guess it was Continuity Comics that I wasn't a fan of. But this is peak Adams right here. Even the colors are awesome on this. Can you imagine a book like this now? Oh, don't be cheesy. Oh, don't be cheesy. That deserves a... Mozzarella is supreme, clearly. Swiss, Colby, white cheddar, then mix cheeses for pizza and tacos. Yep. Monterey Jack. Yep. What's that one that I really like? Oh man, I'll think of it in a second. I like Gruyere cheese. Oh, I do like Gruyere cheese. That goes well in Swiss grilled cheese sandwiches. Gruyere. Ooh, it's super good. Ooh, look at that Medusa. Excellent. His Black Canary is awesome. This is fun. I'm glad to see that Neil Adams is all throughout this series. Number 5. So it's 1 through... have you guys read this issue? Classic Green Lantern, Green Arrow. This was the one that just like shook the comic book world. Monterey Jack. Retitle the stream the Cheese and Butter stream. Yeah, maybe this should be an ongoing thing. We talk about cheese and butter for an hour. Really got to get you out of your shell, you know, offer up your opinions and such. This, wow, I love how they start this off. You know it's going to be serious, but the whole story is about drug abuse, and it was like where drug abuse was really big, or the drug awareness was really big in mainstream culture, and so they brought it into comics. And Speedy ended up being a drug user. Isn't that crazy? Great art. All thanks to Comrade Sammy's grilled cheese. Comrade Sammy, you need to start a stream that is like Sean's waffle stream, but it's a grilled cheese stream. This is awesome. What is he just got sprayed with something? Oh, perfume. Who is this guy? He's a specific guy. Specific reference right there. Oh, this is awesome. Look at how Neil Adams, this is beautiful. This is what I love about comics. So he got sprayed by something that, like, I mean, this is kind of the intro to the whole drug theme, but got sprayed and he's like woozy and dizzy. And look what Neil Adams did with those panels. Is that not genius? That's awesome. So it's like you, as a reader, you feel like woozy and you can get it. That's what I love about comics. You can't do that in any other medium. The drug abuse remains. So such a shakeup. Never heard of it. Yeah, I blame you. You're the one who asked about the sandwich. Your handle should be, you should change it to Comrade Sandwich. So was that what it used to be? I'm like, it's almost obvious, right? Comrade Sandwich. Comrade Sammy. Oof, this is good. This is a good one. Vigilante, Cyborg. These are fun. Super dynamic. I love how it contrasts with this almost blank panel here. You see the shadow of the arrow? Beautiful. Hits him. It's great. Neil Adams loves this up angle. It's hard to draw. Acid drip, yeah. Wow, they're talking about like cold turkey and oof, this is very heavy content. It's going through withdrawal, like not necessarily what you want to read in comics, but I think it's pretty cool how they addressed it. It's like these superheroes are helping you tackle things that happen in real life. Wow. That's amazing. Amazing drawing. That's awesome. And that's the reveal. And unfortunately, I don't have the next issue. But that's the reveal. Speedy is a junkie. Oh dear God, you are on drugs. Wow. Thriller. What's that? I always think of Michael Jackson or Thriller. Anyway, there you go, guys. That was the last of the pack. Like I had sent at the beginning of the stream, I spent less than like $30 on all these books, which is such a bargain. The worst part about it is I just have to find out where I'm going to store all this stuff. Okay, great art. Friend sandwich, that'd just be confusing. Hey, now let's not get crazy. I don't like sandwiches that much. Don't pigeonhole me. Speedy was the first among the crack pack pal. I don't know much about the crack pack. I know there's a whole history there, but that's funny. It's really good. All right, guys, it's been wow, almost 2.5 hours. Holy moly, I am super hungry. And I've kept you here long enough, but thank you all for coming. This was fun. I specifically want to shout out to my brother, Shanthan Jetty Art, for helping to push me over 100 subscribers. We're at 109 right now. Let me just refresh. 111 right now, people. Woo, we're in the triple digits, triple ones. But thanks, you guys. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of beside myself. But I'm appreciative for everybody who would want to subscribe to this channel. I don't want people to subscribe just for the sake of subscribing. Well, maybe I shouldn't say this out loud. I want people that enjoy the content, and I want to produce content that you guys enjoy. So give me feedback, give me comments, share it out. I'm open to hearing what you guys say about it, because I really want this channel to be a place that we can share in the love of the same things, be introduced to new things that you might not normally have seen, and just keep the community building in the chat. You guys are the best at doing that. That's an aspect of this that I can't control and that is new to me. So it's just amazing to see this grow from a chat perspective, and that you guys already have friendships struck up from other streams that can just continue on to this one. So thank you so much for including me in that. I am grateful to be a conduit for your stream talks about cleaning controllers and butter and grilled cheese and any other lunch ideas that you have out there. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys again soon, hopefully sooner than later. I'm hoping that my Nosfero is coming tomorrow, in which case I really want to do a stream with my man Shanthan Jetty as I unbox it. I think it'll be pretty momentous, and I'd love to be in the same quote unquote room with him when I open it up, because it's important. It's a big moment. It's a big moment for him. He worked his tail off to get to this point, and all the success and all the praise and all the excitement is well deserved. He deserves it. If anybody worked hard to deserve something, it's Shant. So I hope you guys can join me for that. Thank you so much for coming. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Check out your notifications and stay tuned for any future content that's coming out. All right, take it easy, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.